The dominion that was given to Adam and Hawa was transferred to the adversary when they chose to serve him, when they chose to obey the disobedience unto death. Okay? So now, another interesting point about this, there is a study that is still very controversial among psychiatrists, psychologists alike. It's called genetic inherited memory. Okay, what this is, a memory present at birth that exists in the absence of sensory experience and is incorporated into the genome over long spans of time. It is based on the idea that common experiences of a species become incorporated into its genetic code. Think about that. Think about stories you hear of people as it pertains to reincarnation, how they believe that they lived before because of the memories that they have. Think about that, because that's what they're based on reincarnation on, memories. Now the Bible doesn't teach that the spirit of life that's in me, once I pass away, will then move on to somebody else, and once they pass away, they move on to somebody else, so forth and so on. What the Bible does teach, that unto every human being it is appointed once to die. After that comes the judgment. That's the word. To every human being who has ever existed, they exist at one time, even if they are as an infant in their mother's womb, regardless of how many months they are. Okay? People who have miscarriages or abortions, people who have stillbirth. At one point, that baby was alive, but at some point, it dies. That soul doesn't come out and then dwell in something else. It's appointed unto man once to live. After that comes the judgment. Okay? Now, let's continue. Hath Elohim said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. And this is the lie that has transcended thousands of years, many generations. Why? Because this is that lie that now instills alongside the doubt that the Creator of the heavens and the earth does not keep his word. If he said the day that you eat, you're surely going to die, and he's saying you shall not surely die, when he's instilling within us, first of all, the doubt with had Elohim said, and then he says, you shall not surely die. In other words, don't believe a word of it. That's what he's doing. Okay? Now, that being said, as it pertains to any human being, male or female, regardless of what you call yourself, what you profess, theologian, philosopher, scientist, intellectual, it doesn't make a difference. If there be a human being on this planet today, past, present, or future, who speaks against what was given to the prophets, Hanok, which is Enoch, Moshe, Ishiyahu, the apostles, Kepha, Shaul, whosoever was being moved by Ruach HaKodesh as a messenger, as a spokesperson for the Creator of the heavens and the earth, if there be any person who speaks against that doctrine, it is because they are still blinded and their minds are still in the deception from the truth of that word. In other words, they are still infected by this very first lie. Again, that was instilled within the psyche of the first mother and the first father. Keep these things in mind as you go along. Now he continues, verse 5, For Elohim doth know that in the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as mighty ones, as gods, knowing good and evil. And as we discussed earlier, this is the truthfulness of what we're saying. But what people fail to realize within this as well, you also learn the wisdom of Yahweh Elohim. Pray about it. But let's move on. Verse 6. And when the woman saw, now we already looked at chapter 2 once again, and we saw in chapter 2 that all the trees of the garden were, as it says here, good for food, pleasant to the eyes. But because of the prohibition that was placed upon the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, that prohibition meaning don't eat of it lest you die, they didn't see it the same way. But now something has been said. Doubt was instilled, a lie was told, compounded by a truth. This changed the woman's perception. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and here's the one that really put the icing on the cake for it, and a tree to be desired to make one wise. It affected her in three major ways, and we're going to take a look at those today. She took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. So now what we see happening here, again, there's a process. You have the doubt being set. See, after that doubt is set, doubt leads to defiance. What defiance is a disposition to resist. Defiance leads to greed. What greed is that excessive desire for more and more. And what greed brings about, pride, which is an inflation of ego. Once the adversary can instill doubt in the word of Yahweh Elohim, the defiance and the greed and the pride are sure to follow. And what did we learn about pride? Pride comes before fall. Okay? Now, let's tie in some other passages here. Romans chapter 5 and verse 12. Brother Shaul brings this up. Again, very wise man, used mightily by the Creator of the heavens and earth. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered. We want to stop there. We want to take that in. What does he mean that sin entered? Now we learned when we were talking about Lucifer, the scriptures teach how iniquity was found in him. He started something off. And what that did is spread among at least a third of the Malachim. They were all cast out. Okay? But now, the Creator recreated this planet so that the new creation that he was about to make would be able to live on this planet. So he made it habitable for humanity. But now, everything after he created the pinnacle of his creation, which was human being, Adam, he said it was very good. Everything was good.